Hello, Mr. Jackie here, talking to you about college algebra and college trigonometry. Now, on to the slides. College algebra and college trigonometry are CCP courses we teach here at Hillsborough High School. College algebra is first semester, college trigonometry is second semester. They're two separate courses. I've had people just take college algebra and then not go on and take college trigonometry. I even had somebody take college algebra as a junior and then come back and take college trigonometry as a senior. So they split it up over 2 years. So they are separate courses. They are CCP courses. Again, we teach them here at the high school. They're part of the Ohio transfer module. They transfer to the different schools in the state of Ohio, no problem. Basically, college algebra and college trigonometry, if you think about it year long, it's a pre-calculus course. It's the two classes you take before you take calculus. So the expectation is that after you take these two classes, you go into calculus. They are preparing you for calculus. Typically, you take these classes after honors algebra 2 or regular algebra 2. So I've had some regular algebra 2 students do fine in college algebra and college trigonometry because we go back through and I explain everything in great detail. So you can do that even out of regular algebra 2 if you've done really well in regular algebra 2. So again, think about it as pre-calculus. So year long, it's a pre-calculus course. It's the course before calculus. So what does pre-calculus do? It gets you ready for calculus and makes you understand functions. So that's my next slide. Functions. So functions, for every x, you get a y. And that's what a function is. And there's all the different kinds of functions: linear, quadratic, polynomial, logarithmic, exponential, trigonometric. So obviously the trigonometric functions are talked about in the trig portion of this. But basically you've learned about some of these in Algebra 2 and Algebra 1, but we kind of go in a more detailed kind of manner, really thinking about the domain and range of the functions and all the notation with functions. We also get into the applications, like, what are we going to do with a parabola besides just look at it, and graph it and like solve, like with the quadratic formula, what are some applications of these different things? And same way with trigonometry. Trigonometry, we look at the applications of them, indirect measuring and all kinds of stuff like that. All right, if I say anything again, a student came in to check his grade. So I paused it for a second. But basically, functions are a huge part of it, understanding everything there is about a function, and hopefully having some like, oh, yeah, that's what that meant from Algebra 2. So connecting ideas together is really important because we have to remember things from the past and connect it all together. Then we also talk about things that aren't functions. We can graph circles, and there's equations that are associated with circles. There's ellipses, like the oval shapes, hyperbolas, and there's really interesting applications to hyperbolas that you never would have ever thought about in your life. And then polar graphing is really cool. Like, I made this on the graphing calculator. You can make these really neat flowers and stuff like that. So what's going on here? This is involving trigonometry, and you can make things that aren't functions. So this loops around, and you can make these really cool graphs. So that's part of what we do in there, is we do things that are related to functions, and then things that aren't related to functions. But basically, what are we trying to do here? We are trying to prepare you for calculus and get you some college credit. So hopefully this makes sense to you, and that you join the class. It's a good class. It's lots of connecting of ideas from the past are done. I've had many students go, oh, I get that now. That makes so much sense. So I want that kind of thing to happen. I like that dialogue. If you have any questions, please come talk to me. I love to talk about math.